My greetings to everyone. I am Professor Namita Rajput, Professor in Department of Commerce, Sri Aurobindo College, University of Delhi. In the ongoing series of Entrepreneurship and Venture Planning, today we are going to talk on Emergence of Entrepreneurial Class. The dynamic nature of economic systems have played a very crucial role in shaping the emergence and evolution of entrepreneurship. Over time, as societies have progressed through the different phases of industrialization and economic transformation, the role and the functions of the entrepreneurs have undergone the significant changes. Historically, entrepreneurship was primarily an individualistic endeavor. In the earlier times, individuals engaged in trade and the business primarily for the personal profit. Their focus was accumulating the wealth, often operating with the localized markets, with a limited scope for expansion. The business decisions were based on the personal expertise, resources, and the risk-taking abilities, with a little concern for broader economic development or the social impact. As the economies expanded and the industrialization took the root, the entrepreneurship transitioned from an individual effort to a collective responsibility. The advent of large-scale production, the technological advancement, and the increasing market demand required the collaboration among the multiple stakeholders. The business began to involve the teams of entrepreneurs, investors, the skilled labor, and the support networks to sustain and grow the enterprises. The focus shifted towards the mutual benefits, where the partnership, joint ventures, and the shared economic goals became more prominent. Entrepreneurs started recognizing the importance of creating the value not just for themselves but also for the employees, customers, and the society at large. In the modern era, entrepreneurship has evolved into a nation-oriented and economic-driven force. Today, the entrepreneurs are seen as a catalyst of the economic growth, innovation, and the social progress. The global economy, digitization, and interconnected markets have further expanded the scope of entrepreneurship beyond mere wealth accumulation. The government actively promote the entrepreneurial initiatives through the different policies, subsidies, and the infrastructure support, recognizing their potential to generate the employment, foster the innovation, and enhance the national competitiveness. Now moving on to social entrepreneurship, sustainable business models, and the corporate social responsibilities have actually gained a prominence, reflecting a big shift from the profit-centric motives to a broader focus on economic, environmental, and the social well-being. Moreover, the entrepreneurship is no longer confined to the specific industries or the geographies. It has become a global phenomena encompassing the diverse sectors such as technology, healthcare, education, and the environmental sustainability. The rise of the startups, the digital platforms, and the venture capital funding has enabled aspiring entrepreneurs to scale their business rapidly and contribute significantly to the economic development. Thus, the transformation of the entrepreneurship from an individual pursuit to a collective effort and eventually to a nation-driven approach highlights its evolving role in shaping the economies. The future of entrepreneurship lies in its abilities to adapt to a new economic realities, embrace the technological advancements, and contribute meaningfully to the societal progress. Now, When you talk about the emergence of the entrepreneurial class, entrepreneurship has evolved significantly over time, adapting to the various economic and technological changes. The emergence of the business entrepreneurship can be categorized into three key phases: the commercial entrepreneurship, industrial entrepreneurship, and innovative entrepreneurship. When you talk about these different phases, they represent a different stage of economic and the business development, reflecting the changes in the role of entrepreneurs and their contribution to the society. The first is the commercial entrepreneurship, that is, concept and the evolution about it. The concept of entrepreneurship first emerged in the 18th century, introduced by the French economist Richard Cantlin, who observed that the businessmen in France sold their products in a limited market at an uncertain prices. The essential characteristics of these early entrepreneurship include initiation, that is, the ability to start a business or trade without precedent; risk-taking ability, that is, operating in uncertain markets with fluctuating demands; the patience, that is, maintaining a business continuity despite unpredictable conditions. During this particular period, the entrepreneurs and the capitalists were often the same individuals, because the business operations were very simple, with the fewer divisions between the ownership and also the management. Let us now talk about the key features of the commercial entrepreneurship. The economy was largely agrarian and actually relied on the small scale trade. Manufacturing was limited, and the most business focused on trading and commercial activities. Entrepreneurs played the multiple roles, including providing the capital, managing the operations, and making the business decisions. Let's take some examples of commercial entrepreneurship. The British East India Company was a prime example of early commercial entrepreneurship. It established trade routes between Britain, India, and China, importing the goods such as tea, spices, and silk. Entrepreneurs invested in ships, cargo, and trading posts, bearing a very significant risk in uncertain markets. The next is your Marco Polo, that is 13th century. As a merchant and an explorer, Marco Polo introduced silk, spices, and exotic goods from China to Europe, the pioneering new trade opportunities and demonstrating the essence of commercial entrepreneurship. The second type is called as industrial entrepreneurship, that is, concept and evolution. The industrial evolution, 18th-19th century, marked a significant transformation in the entrepreneurship. Technological advancements, mass production, and the expansion of transportation and communication systems reshaped the nature of business. Entrepreneurs were no longer just the traders, but also the organizers, risk takers, and the managers. Let's take some key features of industrial entrepreneurship. The shift from small scale business to the large scale manufacturing and industrial production. Increased specialization in labor and resource management. The growth of corporate structures where the owners and the managers became distinct entities. The entrepreneurs played the key role in risk management, then assembling the capital and the labor, strategizing the production and the sales, and developing the supply chain. Some of the examples of the industrial entrepreneurship are as follows. The first is Henry Ford and the automobile industry. Early 20th century. Henry Ford revolutionized the automobile manufacturing with the introduction of the assembly line in 1913. His innovative production methods reduced the cost and made the automobiles affordable for the general public. The Ford risk-taking approach in investing in the large-scale production set the foundation for the modern industrial entrepreneurship. The next example is Andrew and the steel industry in late 19th century. Now, basically, the Carnegie transformed the American steel industry by integrating the production process and using the efficient cost-cutting techniques. He assembled the capital, labor, and the technology, reducing the production cost and making the steel more accessible. Then we have Jamshedji Tata and Indian Industrial Revolution, 19th century. Jamshedji Tata, the founder of Tata Group, introduced industrial scale business in India, including iron and steel, textile, and hydroelectric power. He pioneered the modern industrial management in India by blending the technology, capital investment, and the workforce training. The third is your innovating entrepreneurship. Let's talk about its concept and evolution. With the further advancements in the transportation, communication, and the globalization, the role of entrepreneurs expanded beyond the production and the trade include the continuous innovation. Now, when you talk about this emergence, the emergence of innovating enterprise and the entrepreneurship was characterized by 1. The large-scale production and the global trade networks, a competitive business environment due to globalization, and the rapid advancements in science, technology, and also the business models. And the focus on the customer need, research, and the product innovation. Let's see some important features and the characteristics of innovating entrepreneurship. Emphasis on research and development, that is R&D, to create the new products, services, or the business models. The use of cutting-edge technologies to improve the efficiency and reduce the cost. Entrepreneurs became problem solvers, creating the unique solutions to the market demands. Distinction between the capitalist and the entrepreneurs. The capitalists own wealth and the finance business. Entrepreneurs create and innovate using the available resources. Let's take some examples of innovating the entrepreneurship. The Steve Jobs and the technology industry, that is Apple. The Steve Jobs co-founded the Apple, revolutionizing the tech industry with the innovations like the Macintosh, computers, iPod, iPhone, and iPad. His customer-centric approach and the focus on design and the usable made Apple one of the most valuable companies in the world. Jobs proved that the entrepreneurship requires the vision, leadership, and the constant reinvention rather than just the capital ownership. The next is your Elon Musk and the space automobile industry. Yes, I'm talking about Tesla and the SpaceX. The Elon Musk disrupted the multiple industries including the electric vehicles, that is Tesla, the space exploration, that is SpaceX, and the artificial intelligence like OpenAI. He introduced the self-driving cars reusable rockets, and sustainable energy solutions, highlighting the power of the entrepreneurial innovation and his ability to foresee the future trends and invest in R&D demonstrates the essence of innovating the entrepreneurship. Next important example when you talk about is Mukesh Ambani and the digital transformation that is Reliance Jio. Mukesh Ambani transformed the Indian telecom industry with the Reliance Jio offering affordable 4G internet and making the digital connectivity accessible across India. Its innovation in data pricing, service models and infrastructure expansion reshaped the digital economy. The next type of entrepreneurial class is your social entrepreneurship. Let's talk about its concept and evolution. The social entrepreneurship emerged as a response to presenting the societal changes that required the innovation, sustainable, and the scalable solutions. Unlike traditional entrepreneurs who primarily focus on the profit making, social entrepreneurs emphasize 1. Creating the social impact while ensuring the financial stability and sustainability, addressing the issues like poverty, education, health care, and the environment. Leveraging the business strategies to bring a very positive and societal transformation. The social entrepreneurship operates at the intersection of business and the social welfare, where the entrepreneurs use innovative approaches to address the market failures and the social injustice. There are some key features of the social entrepreneurship. The mission-driven business that balance the social impact and the financial returns. Innovative approaches to solve the large-scale problems. Community-driven and inclusive business models. Sustainability and scalability to ensure the long-term change. Let's take some examples of the social entrepreneurship. Muhammad Yunus and the Grameen Bank, that is the microfinance. Muhammad Yunus, a Bangladeshi economist, pioneered the microfinance model through Grameen Bank, offering the small loans, that is the microloans, to the poor entrepreneurs without the collateral. Now, this particular model empowered the millions of women and the small-scale owners, leading to self-sufficiency, poverty reduction. His work earned him the Nobel Peace Prize in 2006 and revolutionized the financial inclusion. Then we have Anshu Gupta and Gunj, that is clothing and rural development. Anshu Gupta, an Indian social entrepreneurs, founded Gunj, an initiative that recycles the urban waste clothing and material and distributes it among the rural communities. He introduced the concept of cloth as currency, where people could exchange the labor for necessary goods and instead of money. This model helped the rural development, disaster relief, and the sustainable waste management. Then we have another example as Blake and Tom Shoes, 1-for-1 model. The Blake, founder of Tom Shoes, introduced 1-for-1 model where every pair of shoes sold, a pair was donated to a child in the need. His business revolutionized the corporate social responsibility and inspired the business to integrate the social impact into their business models. The fifth type when you are talking about is the digital entrepreneurship. The concept and the evolution. The digital entrepreneurship emerged with the rise of the internet, e-commerce and the digital technologies, transforming how the business are started, operated. Entrepreneurs no longer need the physical infrastructure or the large capital investments to enter the market. Instead, they leverage the online platforms and the digital tools to reach the global audience. Innovative business models like subscription services, digital marketplaces, and online content creation. The artificial intelligence, blockchain, and automation to improve the efficiency. The digital entrepreneurship has lowered the entry barriers, making it easier for the individuals worldwide to start the business with the minimal investments. Now let's see what are the key features of the digital entrepreneurship. The internet-based business models, that is e-commerce, SaaS, the content creation and the digital marketing. The scalability and the automation, allowing the business to grow rapidly. The global reach, where the entrepreneurs can serve the customers across the geographies. The data-driven decision making using AI, analytics, and the cloud computing. Let's take some examples of the digital entrepreneurship. The Jeff Bezos and Amazon, e-commerce and AI. The Jeff Bezos started the Amazon as an online bookstore in the year 1994 and transformed it into the world's largest e-commerce platform. Let's see the emergence part of it. Amazon disrupted the traditional retail by using the AI-driven recommendations, automated the logistics and the cloud computing. And today the Amazon dominates the global e-commerce, cloud computing and the digital content. Next is your Mark Zuckerberg and the Facebook Meta, the social media and the digital advertising. The Mark Zuckerberg founded the Facebook, now Meta, which revolutionized the social networking and the digital advertising. The Meta platform, that is the Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, enable the business to target the customers globally using the AI-driven ads. His vision expanded into metaverse technology, aiming to reshape the digital interaction and the virtual commerce. Then we have the Binance and the Changpyo Zhang cryptocurrency and the blockchain. The Changyang CZ founded the Binance, one of the world's largest cryptocurrency exchanges. The Binance democratized the access to the financial markets, allowing the people worldwide to trade and invest in the crypto assets. The blockchain technology and the decentralized finance are shaping the future of the digital entrepreneurship. Now, these things are very, very important and have to be kept in mind as far as the emergence of the different entrepreneurial classes are concerned. We have seen the different types and overall the concept of the entrepreneurial development and the emergence part of it, that how the things, the concepts and the types evolved. Thank you so much.